Shabbat Shalom. I wanted to share with you this week some thoughts about the gift of giving, really the opportunity of giving. And I think the story for me begins by sharing with you a little bit about our daughter Yiska. You see, Yiska absolutely loves sweets. They fill her mind. Every single sweet that she has ever had is filed away somewhere in her memory in exacting detail. Do you remember that time when we were in Richmond Park and we had those purple jellyfish? Do you remember that time we were on the aeroplane to Israel and we had like these toffees with a see-through wrapping? And of course, do you remember when we went to Bubba and Zayda's house for Eliza's birthday and there was red licorice? Different days in the Jewish calendar also get categorized according to their sweetie complexion. Hanukkah is the time for Hanukkah gelt, of course. Sukkot is the time for Sukkah cruels. And of course Purim, as well as Simchat Torah, are the 2 days of the year where you're allowed to eat as many sweets as you want, however much it hurts your tummy afterwards. But the greatest thing about this sweet focus is its even sweeter partner. You see, after she's gone through all the categorization and labeling of the different sweets, and we're really kind of involved in that operation right now with getting ready our mishloach matanot for Purim. The whole of the dining room table is laid out in precision with the different bags and the different sweets, and everyone's getting their right portion. Even more exciting than eating the sweets is sharing the sweets. Yiska loves to share her sweets. And we'll ask her, and this was actually a recommendation that my rabbi gave to me when he was teaching us about educating our young people. He said, ask them the following question: what feels better, eating the sweet or sharing the sweet, giving the sweet to someone else? And consistently the answer is giving it away feels better. And she continues, now that she's a little bit older and has had some time for reflection. She says, you see, because eating the sweet, Papa, that makes my tummy feel good. But sharing the sweet, that makes my heart feel good. Now, isn't that sweet? We're at that time of year where there is a mitzvah on Purim to give matanot le'evyonim, gifts to the poor, gifts to those who need some help. And we're also at that time of the Torah reading, Parshas Terumah, the Torah portion dealing with the donations offered to the temple. That the entire nation of Israel got behind this communal building project and offered their riches and wealth to support the creation of the tabernacle of God in the midst of their camp. What's so important about giving? Why does it make our hearts feel good? Now, Rav Dessler, one of the great Mussar masters of the previous generation, famously has something called his Kuntras HaChesed, his piece, his dissertation on kindness. And he looks at the Hebrew word ahava, meaning love. And he looks at it and he says etymologically it's connected to the word in Aramaic called hav, which means to give. Ahava, to love, is hav, is giving. You want to know how to love someone, you give to them. How do we express love in this world? We give. So whilst it can be very, very seductive, enjoyable, and almost powerful to receive our own bounty, to earn our money, to actually generate our own resource, there's an even greater feeling in giving it and sharing love in so doing to other people. And why is that important? Why does love feel so good? Why does love feel transcendent? And here we move from Rav Dessler to Martin Buber. And Buber talked about the I-thou relationship. That if I can extend my I over to you, by giving to you, by creating a bond of love with you, I've actually expanded my whole self to encompass not just my own property, money, and life, but I've expanded myself to include you, to hold you in mind, to prioritize your needs by giving of my love to you. And so, there's a great opportunity that I'd like to share with the community this year. In the past, on Purim, we've collected money for poor people in other communities who need that money. But being in the privileged position I am as the rabbi of the shul, I recognize that there are many families within Barnet, within our own community, that also would really appreciate and are struggling to make ends meet and would really appreciate a helping hand at this time. And so we've launched a JustGiving page, which you can find in the link below this video. There you can give and give with gift aid to a fund that will be distributed to members of Barnet Shul on Purim morning to fulfill the mitzvah of matanot le'evyonim, of giving gifts to those that need them, for our community to look after each other. My opportunity that I'd like to share with you is to share the love, to share the expanded sense of self, and to share the joy of not only having, but the greater joy of giving. In the merit of Parshas Truma, the Torah portion of giving gifts to the tabernacle, and in the merit of this mitzvah of sharing with each other, may we continue to share a beautiful home, a home filled with love, a home where we expand ourselves to incorporate everyone else in the community and beyond. Shabbat Shalom.